should be easy, but it's hard to leave.
How you doing? Mr. Jake Bugg's over there, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Jake. Hello, how are you? Thank you very much. How very lovely of you. Well, hello. Welcome to the Jonathan Ross Show. So here we are. Happy New Year, everyone. It's 2013. Happy New Year. It's exciting, isn't it? And last year was a great year. I don't know if we can top it. It was a great year, wasn't it? It was the year of the Olympics, of course. Incredible. And some people decide to finish it by drinking it out in Olympic style. Have a look at this one. This proud Olympian, who I will call Arise Sir Swiggo. There he is, right there. We have this one. I'd like you to meet Usain Bolt. I think he's warming up for this year's Paralytics. And here's my favourite. Check this one out. And you see, he's on the road to recovery because they do say you should alternate. For every alcoholic drink, you should drink at least one gutter full of water. So he's... Now, New Year is a traditional time, of course, for a skiing holiday. Anyone going skiing or has been skiing? Yeah. I've only been skiing once. I love going skiing. I'm not going skiing again, but I loved it at the time. I thought it was a great kind of experience because even though it's cold, you still enjoy the sun, you've got the fresh air, all the snow, and you get the opportunity to show off some new tricks. Have a look. These are my favourite skiing tricks I've seen this year. That's the best one, isn't it? That's the best one. All right, we've got a packed show for you. It's packed full of guests. We've got some great fun, but I want to introduce you to my musical guest tonight. He's a very special musical guest. He's just 18 years old, ladies and gentlemen. He's already had a great 2012. I think he's going to be just an enormous star this coming year. We're lucky to have him with us. Will you please big it up for Mr. Jake Bugg, ladies and gentlemen? There he is. Jake Bugg, we'll be seeing him. He'll be playing live later on. Let's have a look who else is on the show tonight. My first guest is, I maintain, and it's official as well, the greatest Doctor Who of all time, the fabulous David Tennant. There he is. You just look more handsome every time I see you.
So do you, John.
Oh, David is super famous, OK? Because Who was a hit all over the world and many other things you've been in, of course, but David's so famous, he even once featured on a stamp. That's right, isn't it, David?
It's true.
And that great lady is a stamp you want to lick on the front, then on the back, then on the front. David Tennant, ladies and gentlemen, he'll be out in just a minute. The next guest is one of the nation's favourite comics. It is the fabulous Sarah Millican. Hello, gorgeous.
Hello.
I just want to check them. Last time Sarah was on the show, and I just want to check, I don't know if it's still the case, Sarah told me that she lives in Manchester while her boyfriend lives in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
But you still meet up for romantic meets and that kind of thing?
Yeah, like Stoke-on-Trent, that sort of thing.
Or a Wild Bean Cafe in a service station in Knutsford?
What do you know about my bean?
Well, Happy New Year. The lovely Sarah Millican, ladies and gentlemen, she'll be out shortly. My next guest is a tremendous American actor. He's the star of Entourage and of the new ITV drama, Mr. Selfridge. It's Jeremy Piven. He's a stylish, good-looking young man right there. Lovely to see you again, Jeremy.
Good to see you. I can't really see you, but I can hear you and I can feel you.
OK, well, that's probably the best way to approach me, I think.
Yeah.
In the forthcoming Mr. Selfridge, Jeremy will be playing Harry Selfridge, the founder of Selfridges, of course. And that's a coincidence because David has just been offered the role of Sir Hamish Poundstretcher. Jeremy Piven, ladies and gentlemen, right there. And we have more. Very excited because my next guest is the undisputed greatest darts player of all time, 16 times world champion, Phil the Power Taylor. Phil the Power Taylor, 16 times world champion. 16. Remarkable. I hope you know I'm a big fan, Phil.
Thank you. I know you are, Jonathan.
I am.
Thank you.
I tell you, do you know how big a fan I am, though?
No.
I'll tell you how big a fan I am. I'm such a big fan of Phil the Power Taylor that I recently switched my electricity provider from N-Power to Phil the Power. That's how... Did you have a good Christmas, Phil?
Busy,
Good.
playing in the World Championships over Christmas, so...
Yeah, don't go on about it. All right, we know you won again. That's all right. Just talking about the social side of life. I had a lovely Christmas, thanks for asking. I had a lovely Christmas, apart from one incident involving my wife's present. And, you know, it's kind of hard when you've been married for a long while to find presents to give each other, because, you know, you kind of given each other everything over the years, you know, everything, every little bauble and knick-knack and STD. So I asked her in advance... you know, what she wanted, and she asked me, and one thing on the list was a pair of Ugg boots. She said she wanted a new pair of Ugg boots, and I said, that's great, I'll get her a pair of Ugg boots, so I ordered them up. Bought them on the internet, OK. The box came. I didn't open the box to check, because it said on the outside, Ugg boots. I checked the size right, gave them to her. When she opened up on Christmas morning, then she was opening, I said, it's those Ugg boots you wanted, darling. This is what I've got to take them out. This is what she got. Not making this up, this is what she got. When she opened up, she opened them up, and there's the Ugg boots I bought my wife for Christmas, OK? It's the toddler size 5, not her size 5, OK? I'm not sure whether to send them back or make them into an ornament and we'll put them on the tree every year. So that was the worst gift she got. I'm going to ask the guys in the green there. Let me start with Phil. What did you get for Christmas? What kind of... is there one present you didn't particularly like or stuff you didn't like?
Well, what my family get me is these smellies. For some reason or other, everything I've got is aftershaves.
So you got loads of aftershave?
Everything's aftershaves and deodorant, so... I think I'm getting old now, I think it is, so everybody keeps buying me smelly things.
Or maybe you're getting old, or maybe you just stink. I don't know. Sarah, what did you get? Anything that was kind of...
I got a shoehorn off my boyfriend. He makes out that he just makes a list all year round of all the things that I mentioned that I liked, and I think at some point I must have been trying to get in a too small dress and made a joke about needing a shoehorn. And then he bought me one.
Let me ask David. David, what did you get? Any gifts that weren't expected?
Yeah, this was a surprise.
Wow. Look at that. So that's a case for the new iPhone 5,
That's
isn't
exactly what it is. Yeah. But it doesn't quite fit the new iPhone 5.
Who was that from, then?
Have you met my wife? Yeah, I mean, that you can maybe squeeze, but look at that.
Wow.
You can't squeeze anything in there.
Well, even if you could, you wouldn't admit it, would you?
No, quite, exactly. But she also bought me this, which is...
Wow.
which is a stress ball.
Do you think she intended you to use them at the same time, the two gifts?
She may be just trying to keep me off her, I don't know. But it's quite pleasing. Have a go on that. He's not going anywhere near it.
Yeah. Jeremy,
look at that.
Oh,
Jeremy...
It's like being at home.
Jeremy, I didn't ask you. I better... Oh, Phil's straight in there. Look at that. Phil's that's on your list for next year. Yeah. Don't throw it in there. You're not going to... You don't practice keepy-uppies with them, Phil. Jeremy, do you get any lovely Christmas gifts?
Well, I'm actually Jewish, so I received nothing. But thank you for reminding me.
Do you want a tit?
I do. There you go.
Well, there you go. I like to think we're bringing the cultures together there with an inflatable breast. Let's get my first guest, ladies and gentlemen. It is the always wonderful, the fabulous Mr. David Tennant.
Thanks very much.
Come on, sit down.
Happy New Year.
It's an exciting year. Well, it's lovely to see you. It's always lovely to see you.
Oh, it's lovely to be here. Lovely to be here.
Last time I interviewed David, and I can't believe it was this long ago, you were still Who. You were just about to leave Who.
Yeah.
And you were moving on, and this was 4 years ago. You decided you were going to move on, and it was a big decision, obviously.
Sure.
And I wonder whether, first of all, do you keep up with Who? Do you watch it now with Matt Smith in? Did you watch the Christmas special, for example?
I've still got the Christmas special to watch, but I do watch it, yeah. I keep up with it religiously, of course.
This year is the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who.
Is it? I hadn't noticed.
It is. And I believe they're planning something special.
I don't know.
They haven't... No one... OK, I know you're an honest man, so if I ask you directly, so no one has spoken to you about...
No one has spoken... I don't know. What? I know nothing.
No one has spoken to you?
I know nothing.
You haven't had a phone call saying it's the 50th anniversary of Who?
I'll tell you how terrified they are. I got... In makeup tonight...
Yeah.
This lovely lady came in who I'd never met before and went, hello, I'm from the BBC. I went, oh, hello, nice to meet you. And she said, I've been sent to say that anything about the Doctor Who 50th anniversary must not be mentioned on television. That's how scared they are. I don't know anything. I've got nothing to tell you.
So they haven't
But they're
asked you-
sending out spies to shut me up
So,
from
David,
telling you things I don't know.
They haven't said to you, are you free? Do you have a gap in your work diary at any stage this year, for example?
I have not had a conversation like that with anyone.
Has anyone had a conversation on your behalf about your diary?
No.
Is there someone who keeps your diary who, for the sake of honesty in interviews such as this, would not yet have spoken to you about chunks of time you might have put by to visit Wales this year?
I don't know if I'll be going to Wales. I couldn't.
So you're going to film it here in London? Is that what you're saying? You know, one of the things I always admired about you, and I'm just going to share this with you, is I've seen David when he's been in public places and has been approached by Doctor Who fans, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone, A, you get mobbed, it's unbelievable, and B, I don't think I've ever seen anyone else, another celebrity, deal with it with such patience and grace. You find time for everyone. And does this carry on still? Because presumably there's a lot of kids who see, even if they're watching Matt now, they've seen you on DVD and they still think of you as Doctor Who at some stage in his life.
I suppose you do get used to it. It does carry on, yeah. It just... Because people are enthusiastic about it. It's one of those shows that people love.
Does it ever get in the way of filming? Because I guess if you're on location, I know people shout out and they will shout, you know, Doctor, or they would just shout David. Has that calmed down?
I think for me, it becomes ubiquitous. It becomes part of what you deal with, and it's not a difficult thing to deal with because people tend to be very enthusiastic and tend to... I've just been doing a long shoot with Olivia Colman. You know Olivia Colman?
Of course, wonderful Peep Show and...
Yeah, and all these, you know, the Iron Lady and all these... She's a fantastic actress. We've just been playing coppers together.
OK, this is Broadchurch?
This is Broadchurch, yes. Coming on this channel, ITV1.
Lovely.
Very soon. We're coppers and we were filming around... This is Dorset, Bridport and Dorset, and you get used to it and people coming up and it happens quite a lot and you stop thinking about it. And Olivia was a bit surprised. I don't think she's clearly not a fan. She's more of a Matt Smith fan. And she didn't really understand why people cared. And after a while, it started annoying her on my behalf. And I'm saying, I'm fine about it. Really, don't worry about it. So she would go, oh, come on, you gotta have some time off. You gotta go and have a cup of tea. And I was like, it's fine. And everywhere we went, this would happen. Eventually, we were up the top of this caravan park, not far from there, but it's very remote. We were filming at about 6 in the morning. It was completely deserted. And then over the top of this hill comes a little old man with a stick. And he sees us coming and he's watching, and as he approaches, he realises what's happening. He realises it's filming. And he gets forward, and then he starts going, oh! And he starts getting very excited, and he's got his little stick in his backpack, and he's hobbling towards us. And he says, oh, I can't believe this is so exciting. I've been watching you on television all week. And I thought, oh, this annoys Olivia, so I'll head it off at the pass. And I go up to him and go, oh, that's very nice. Sorry. He goes, no, not you! Olivia Colman! So it just keeps you, you know, keeps you in your place.
Yeah, but it's nice that she got some attention as well.
Yeah,
she's,
and she deserves it. She's very marvellous.
So the next thing we'll see on TV, Broadchurch is later in the year, I know that, but the next thing we'll see you on is Spies of Warsaw.
Indeed.
OK, this is on BBC 4. It's coming soon.
BBC 4 on Wednesday at 9 o'clock,
okay.
yeah.
And it's just before the Second World War, is that right?
Yeah, it's between the wars, the run-up to the Second World War. And I'm the French military attaché in Warsaw, who's also a bit of a covert agent. I'm the French between the wars James Bond, if you will.
So you're a spy. It's kind of cool to be playing a spy.
It is quite cool, yeah.
Did you get to study spy techniques? Did you have to do anything?
A little bit, yeah. I had to learn to fire a gun. And,
wow.
Yeah.
And is that a fun experience? You enjoyed that?
It's quite tense-making. Because somebody had told me that the mark of someone who really knows how to handle a gun is you don't blink as you fire. Yeah. Which is quite hard to do. Because there's a recoil and there's bits flying. And I'm naturally a bit of a wuss. So having to combat that and try to look like I've handled one before.
To look cool when you're doing it.
I urge you to watch. I fire the gun. I don't blink. Thank you very much.
So you're busy all year then. You've got the new thing for ITV coming up.
Yeah.
You've got Spies of Warsaw. You've got the Doctor Who 50th special to film.
Well, I didn't say that.
But you didn't deny it. And a busy year for you as well, because, of course, I know you have Georgia with you, your wife, is here this evening.
Yes.
And you've got 2 lovely children. I don't know if this is the right thing to do or say, but I know it's going to come out eventually.
No,
he's going to be a father again.
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And I'm sorry to spring it on you.
Yeah.
How exciting. What a great year.
It's lovely. It's very lovely. Very exciting, yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to go on about this, because I know you're very private and a very private family, quite rightly, but I just want to say congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
I've met everyone in show business, and you're just about the nicest guy I've ever met.
Oh, stop it.
Okay,
Stop
I'm going to say that to everyone tonight, but with you it happens to be true. Mr. David Tennant, ladies and gentlemen.